Thank you. All right. I'm doing some interesting things with gardening and green living, but it all started when I found out the statistics for cancer. Over 12 million people globally get cancer new annually. It's an astounding number. Asthma is another major issue, particularly in the United States. We have over $58 billion invested in the United States in asthma. So between asthma and cancer and all these illnesses, we don't know what causes them. And I'm very, very concerned. And so in 2007, I was taking over a dozen prescriptions a day. And I was pretty darn scared. I was sick. I was sick all of the time, and I wanted to make a big difference. And the first thing I thought of was, how can I make a difference for myself? And so I got rid of all the chemicals I could in my life. And I mean, as extreme as you can be, I changed my diet, I got rid of chemicals at home, and I started feeling better. But the most important thing that I did was I got outside in nature. So I went out behind my home and I built this giant garden. It's 200 feet long, and it's built for the community. It's along a very busy pathway. And the thing that happened that surprised me, I didn't expect, people came out and started hugging me. I mean, hugging me. They were so happy that this garden was being put in their community. And it was inspiring and exciting. And every day I got gifts and hugs every time I was out. And I finally put two and two together and realized, that feeling healthy, feeling good about yourself, making a difference for yourself is not just about diet. It's not just about exercise. It's about actually physically touching people in your community and making a difference. And so my next goal became, how can I go bigger? I started small. Now I'm ready to do something much, much larger. And so I ripped out my front lawn and I planted a vegetable garden. All right, and that garden was about feeding the community. So the last 3 years, I've donated about 100 pounds of food every year to my local food pantries. And I'm like, that's not quite enough. I need to do more. And so then I'd set up a table in my front lawn, and I would do culinary videos and teach people how to feed themselves for $10 or less. That's the next step. That was pretty cool. Then it became, I have to write a book. So I wrote a book. It's called Gardening Nude, and it's about, not nudity or gardening, it's about green lifestyle living. And I wanted to inspire more and more people. So what I thought would affect only my local community, just these simple gardens, turned out to really touch hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. Before I knew it, I had a national following, and then I had an international following. So I used social media as a tool to do this, and I'm running this small business rather successfully using Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and that sort of thing. It has been absolutely astounding. Now, many years later, I appear on national TV, and I tour the country and speak. I have 14,000 followers on Twitter. But the most important thing I did, and what I really encourage a lot of the small businesses to do here, is I started doing videos. I had somebody tell me, you need to get off your bottom and go out there and do video. And so now I have over 150 videos on YouTube with about 360,000 views. And every single video is about green lifestyle living and making a difference for your community. So making a difference for your community, it starts local in your own home. And what I found out was that when I went out to the local community, there were lots of niche things going on. Like the church would have a cool organization, and I could do something wonderful with that, but I was missing that really personal context. And that's why I started doing the gardens and building from there. So the really, really exciting thing that's happened is now I have national TV coming to my front lawn and talking to me. I have PBS shows that appear, on my front lawn, and we talk about vegetable gardening, we talk about culinary and eco-travel. Last year I took a 10-person or a 5-person crew to Mexico, and we filmed a television adventure all about eco and green living. Now, I'm sure that you're all wondering, how can you make a difference yourself for your community? And the best way to do that is simply to get up and make a difference in your home. And, you start at home, you do something simple. And then the next step is, Twitter, Facebook, talk to as many people as you possibly can to make a difference for them. And so when I started out in the very beginning, I had a lot of controversy because I was gardening in a right-of-way garden. That's an area that's owned by the city easement property. You know, it's like past my easement property owned by the city. And they fined me for my garden. And so I was very concerned, you know, if people are trying to do good things for their community and plant vegetables and grow positive food and help their neighbors, they shouldn't be fined for it. So one of the big things that I've been doing lately is trying to get a national campaign going for people to build more health strip gardens and to actually help their local community by feeding them and making a difference. So there's a number of ways that you can help people at your in your own community. And the reason you want to do it perhaps with a garden is because, number one, it increases economic viability in your community. You're really making a difference for your community when you can bring people there and have them spend more money. It keeps your home value up. If you have a beautiful garden, if you have vegetables you're feeding the community with, then all of that really, is a well-rounded way to make a difference. But I tell you what, the best way to make a difference ever, everybody here stand up. This is the best way to make a difference. Everyone's standing up. The best way to make a difference is to stand up and make a difference in a small way for your community. Right now, I want everybody to clap their hands. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! All right. So right now, everyone here has made a difference for me. Thank you very much. And it's a small way to get started. So what I want you to do is go home and think about how you might be able to inspire people in your community to do something special that will help your neighbors and spread a little love.